Let's take a look at this problem. This is exercise 7 in section 3.2, and you've been asked to graph the equation by plotting points. The equation is 2x plus y equals to 4. Now, it looks like you've got the y-intercept correct. When x is 0, we see that y is 4. Here's the work that leads us to that. Now we have total freedom to pick one of the variables. So when I pick my x, I can freely choose a value, but then my y will be determined by the choice of x that I select. So I'm going to now pick x equal to 1. I could have picked any value I want, but I'm just choosing x equal to 1. The only things that I want to do when possible is pick a value of one of the variables that doesn't make the other variable a fraction, and pick a value of one of the variables that gives you a point. When you find the other variable value, you should get a point that lies on your graph. So like, say for instance, I wouldn't want to pick x equal to 20 because my graph, my x values lie between negative 10 and 10, and my y values also lie between negative 10 and 10. So I want to make sure I don't pick an x that's outside of that range of x values, and I also don't want to pick an x that gives me a y that's outside of that range value for y. So the range of values for y and for x is between negative 10 and 10. So I want to make sure and I'm getting that by looking at the graph. I see that the smallest and largest y as well as the smallest and largest x, smallest is negative 10, largest is 10. So I want to make sure my choice keeps me on the graph, and if possible, I want to avoid fractions. So when x is 1, the equation becomes 2 times 1 plus y equals 4. So that means 2 plus y has to be 4. And of course, that would mean y has to be 2. So when you look at, so in other words, I have 2 points that I can plot. I could have made other choices, but these were the 2 choices I made. So I want to plot 0, 4 and 1, 2. Those are my 2 points. Now when you look at your graph, you do have the point 0, 4 on here, but you do not have the point 1, 2. When x is 1, y should be 2. You should be right here where this arrow is, right at that corner that's to the right of 2 and above x equal to 1. So that is not what you have graphed. So let's go in and clear this and graph those 2 points. So we want to graph 0, 4. So we'll pick our line tool, and we want to graph the point 0, 4, which you did have that point graphed. And notice up in this upper right corner, you can see the coordinate of the point where you're located. So it's telling you you are at the point 0, 4. Now I want to plot the point whose x-coordinate is 1 and whose y-coordinate is 2. So look in that yellow space up above, and you'll see that I am actually at that point. So I click there. I'm now going to click anywhere on the graph to make the line solid. I'm going to save this. And notice that's slightly different from the line you had. You did not have this point 1, 2. So when we do our final check, we've done well. I hope that this helps. There's also another video for a different line for this problem, 3.2.7. That's on D2L. So take a look at that one as well.